two girls were attacked by a wild dog. They scrambled to seek refuge atop a nearby car roof, crying out for help in desperation. Fortunately, firefighters arrived swiftly. One of them suggested dealing with the dog decisively, but the captain noticed something unusual. The dog's fur wasn't bristling, its ears were drooping. It nervously circled in place, approaching the dog with an outstretched hand and a friendly tone. The captain was surprised when the dog willingly trotted over. Meanwhile, the other firefighters quickly rescued the two girls. Suddenly, the dog dashed off in a particular direction. The captain instinctively followed. To their amazement, the dog led them to a nearby field, where a man lay trapped beneath a harvesting machine, his legs mangled and his life hanging by a thread. The firefighter skillfully maneuvered the machine, lifting the gears and freeing the man from his perilous predicament. Throughout the rescue, the loyal dog never once averted its gaze, attentively watching over its owner's fate. As soon as the man was safely rescued, he called out the dog's name. The dog rushed to his side, gently licking away the blood on his face. Overwhelmed by gratitude and emotion, the man couldn't help but burst into tears. The dog truly exemplified the title of humankind's most cherished and loyal friend.
An asteroid is about to strike Earth. The old man rushed into the underground bunker. He had finished building 800 years too early, but unexpectedly, he had a heart attack and passed out. Firefighters tried to cut open the bunker, but the materials he used were way too tough. They had no choice but to find another way in. After a series of who-knows-what operations, they blasted a hole on the side of the bunker, got inside, and rescued the old man. A defibrillator shock brought him back to life, but the bunker was already destroyed.
Wait, I was in my bunker. How'd you get in my bunker?
Oh, yeah, about that, man. Sorry,
No! What have you done?
Well, we saved your life.
Until the meteor hits. Now what am I gonna do?
The professor was just about to head to the cafeteria for dinner when he suddenly got a text message.
Asteroid alert.
It scared him so much, he immediately sprinted back to the classroom building. He had to shut down the nuclear reactor inside before the asteroid hit Earth. Otherwise, the entire state of Texas would be uninhabitable for the next 500 years. Thankfully, the old man worked out regularly and was still quick on his feet. He made it back to the building in under 50 minutes, but just as luck, he slipped and fell. When the firefighters arrived, he had a severe brain bleed and was barely hanging on. The medical team had no choice but to perform an emergency cranial surgery on site. At last, the professor regained consciousness and revealed where the reactor shutoff switch was.
A second utility closet. In the control room. Behind the east panel wall.
The captain rushed off. He reached the switch just in time, slammed it and collapsed. The dude fell into the elevator shaft and was about to be crushed like a cracker. A firefighter swiftly slid in, startling his companions outside. They quickly told someone to grab tools and shut off the power switch. The elevator was still descending. The firefighter grabbed a metal rod and jammed it into the gears, trying to stop the elevator. The teammates outside also propped the elevator doors open with 2 bamboo sticks temporarily. After 666 minutes, the teammate finally found the power switch and turned it off. But the elevator didn't stop.
It's not stopping, Otis!
The quick-thinking captain brought over a trash can to hold the door, but it got crushed shortly after. Just as the two inside thought they were about to be crushed by the elevator. Finally, the teammate showed up with proper tools.
You okay down there, Casey? A little cramped, actually.
Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. The boy got stuck on a rising gate and couldn't move, but he still shouted to his friend to keep filming.
This is great content. Bet.
All just to make it onto TikTok's FYP. The firefighters were speechless, half laughing, half crying. They quickly brought over a ladder to rescue him. One firefighter used a power saw to cut through the gate bars and finally pulled the boy's hand free. But just then, the gate rolled up again. His hoodie was still stuck inside.
Hey! I thought you killed the power to this thing! I did too!
Something went wrong with the machinery. The firefighter had no choice but to keep cutting through the boy's clothes with a knife. After 666 long minutes, the boy was scared out of his mind, but his friend just said,
That was wicked. Isabel got all of it.
You're gonna trend for sure.
Hell yeah.
The chef just wanted to bake a cake, but it almost turned into a cake for his funeral. He was shaking the whipped cream really hard, and boom. The pressure was too much. A metal pipe shot out and stabbed him right in the chest. The cake wasn't even done but the chef dropped to the floor when firefighters got there. He was already knocked out, so they rushed him to the hospital. Even though the ambulance drove super fast, it would still take 10 minutes to get there, and the chef was bleeding a lot. He clearly wouldn't make it that long. The medic said she had to open his chest. Another team member said no, they weren't surgeons. They weren't allowed to do that, and if he died in the ambulance, they'd be in big trouble. But then, the chef's blood pressure crashed. His heart started shaking instead of beating. That's when the firefighter made the call and cut open his chest. She reached inside, found the bleeding artery, and pinched it shut. His blood pressure came back to normal. But when they got to the hospital, the doctor scolded her for breaking the rules. He even told her to let go of the artery.
No, I got it. I let go for half a second. He codes before we make the ER. I'm on this train to the end. Now which way? Go.
The nurse quickly put a gown on her. Then the surgeon grabbed the artery with clamps. And finally, she could let go.
You can let go now, Doctor.
Thanks to her quick thinking, the chef lived. So what if she broke the rules? She saved a life. For dogs peed on each other, officially forming the Revenge Dog Alliance. They planned to get back at the humans who abandoned them. The puppy carried the ball back home. The man got very angry when he saw it. He grabbed a stick and swung it at the puppy. Suddenly, the boss dog burst through the door. The boss dog shook off Elizabeth's collar and lunged at the man. Another dog bit the man's ankle. The man lost his temper, swinging the stick wildly, just breaking the water pipe. He grabbed the puppy, trying to threaten other dogs, but they weren't scared. They lined up. Then the last puppy did a triple jump. The boss dog held the man's shoulder. The other two dogs pulled apart his legs. Finally, the puppy charged at his balls. Have you ever tried a self-driving car? A man had just gotten in his car and started showing off to his wife. I don't even need to hold the wheel. I can put my feet wherever I want. I could even dance in here. But halfway through his little dance, his arms suddenly went numb. He started having trouble breathing, and his chest hurt bad. Looked like a heart attack. His wife told him to pull over, but he chose to trust the self-driving car. He set the navigation to the nearest hospital, and the car automatically left the highway. His wife quickly called 911.
I think my husband's having a heart attack. He's in his car on the way to the hospital, but I think he's passed out.
Are you in the car with him?
No, I'm at home.
Then who's driving the car?
You have arrived at your destination.
The rescue team arrived at the hospital fast, pulled the man out of the car, and handed him over to the doctors. But the rescue wasn't over. They rushed to move the car door, and when the captain looked closer, a doctor was trapped at the front of the car.
You hanging in there, Doc?
Just a couple fractured ribs, maybe in multiple places.
Firefighters quickly pushed the car away and lifted the doctor onto a stretcher. And when they turned around, the medical staff was already standing by. Guess you could say, this was the fastest ER delivery ever.